Hello everyone, myself Shinde YP, Department of Botany. In the last lecture, we have started with TYBSc Botany semester 3rd. We have seen that there are 6 papers in semester 3rd. First one was cryptogamic botany, second cell and molecular biology, third genetics and evolution, fourth spermatophyta and paleobotany, fifth horticulture and floriculture, and sixth paper was computational botany. So we have started with paper number 5, that is horticulture and floriculture. Chapter first, horticulture. We have seen the definition of horticulture. Definition: horticulture is a branch of agriculture that deals with cultivation of fruits, vegetables, flowers, spices, plantations, medicinal and aromatic plants. Then we have seen about the branches of horticulture. First branch was pomology. Pomology, it is a branch of horticulture that deals with cultivation of fruit crops. Then second branch was olericulture. It is a branch of horticulture that deals with cultivation of vegetable crops. Then we have seen the third branch, floriculture. Then fourth branch was plantation crops, fifth was spices, sixth was medicinal and aromatic plants. Then today we will start with the scope of horticulture. The importance of horticulture is improving the productivity of land, generating employment, improving economic condition of the farmers and entrepreneurs, enhancing exports, and above all, providing nutritional security to the people is now widely acknowledged. Presently, the horticulture sector contributes around 31% of the GDP and 38% of the total exports of agricultural commodities from around 14% of area. India is the second largest producer in the world with 81.28 million tons of fruits, occupying an area of 6.98 million hectare. Area under fruits in the state is 2,20,706 hectares with a production of 8,66,344 million tons. Himachal is predominantly state with which is bestowed with unique potentialities of growing temperate and subtropical fruits. Economy of the farmers depend upon cultivation of fruits and vegetables. In our country, per capita per day consumption of fruits is the lowest, that is 120 gram only. In comparison of developed countries, that is 250 to 400 gram, and even the developing countries, that is 100 to 200 gram, like Philippines, Pakistan, etc. Requirement of fruit is sure to increase the growing urbanization and awareness regarding the need of fruits in the day-to-day diet. Fruit cultivation is labor-intensive industry and is well suited for over populated nations like India and China. Fruit production involves specialized skills like production, harvesting, marketing, canning, processing, and many other connected trades. Hence, it can accommodate a huge manpower. Horticulture has the highest potential of export. The international trading in fruits increased by 20% annually. With the production of quality fruits and implementation of improved technology, the export of fruit can be increased and many more countries will become the importers of Indian fruits. There are some limitations for fruit production. That is, the first one is high initial investment. The initial investment on a new orchard is very high. Example: cost of land, layout, digging of pit, cost of plants and planting, cost of fertilizer, farmyard manure, insecticide, pesticide, etc. In plants requiring special system of training and pruning, example in grapes and kiwi, the initial cost further increases because of investment on erecting special training structures. Therefore, every person cannot afford to take a fruit production as an enterprise. The second is non-availability of quality planting material. Adequate availability of quality plants is essential for orchard establishment. Lack of knowledge is procuring quality plants can result in disastrous results. Citrus plants are very often infected with citrus canker, leaf miner. Similarly, mango plants with malformation, peach with leaf curl and nematodes, etc. Third, perishable nature. Horticulture plants have high water content, hence are of perishable nature. The technologies for increasing the shelf life are lacking, and moreover, the facilities for providing the cold storage are quite scarce in number. This causes the overflooding of fruits in market during the peak harvesting season, resulting in the crash in the price of commodity. Fourth one, lack of processing unit. Very limited scale processing industries are available in our countries. The fruit growing in abundance, example mango, banana, citrus. Fifth one, lack of proper storage and transport facilities. This results in the loss of 15% in most of the fruit crops. Our country still lacks the fleet of refrigerated railway carriages, which is the most suitable and smooth way to transportation of fruits. Sixth one, faulty marketing system. Most of the profits up to 65% is taken away by middleman, where the grower is basically compelled to sell the fruit. From the grower, the fruit passes through the hands of big contractor to small contractor, commission agent, wholesaler, retailer before reaching the consumer. Thus, the grower gets a margin of profit only. Seventh one, long juvenile period, which is a period of time when plants are not capable of flowering. Most of the fruits crops have a long juvenile period and thus bear their first crop after a good many years. Example, stone fruits, almond, take 4 to 5 years. Though practice of planting fillers is being adopted for sustaining the income till the main crop comes into bearing. Eighth one is low purchasing power. Irrespective of low pricing of the fruit during the glut abundant supply, it still remains out of reach of the common man who constitute most of our country's population.